Hello, kids! I'm your friend Lily. I came to tell you a story today. This story takes place in a lush green forest. In this forest, a sly fox and a kind stork were neighbors. The fox was always looking for ways to outsmart others. The fox was known for his cunning ways, always searching for a way to trick others. The stork, with her long neck and thin legs, was kind and graceful. Despite their differences, the fox and the stork were friends. They often chatted by the babbling brook or shared stories under the shade of the giant oak tree. But one day, the sly fox decided to play a trick on the kind stork. The fox invited the stork to his home and prepared a special meal for her. One sunny afternoon, the fox met the stork by the river and said, "Dear stork, I'm having a big dinner party tonight, and I'd be delighted if you could join me." Looking at the stork's long beak, the fox thought he had a special plan for dinner. Being kind and trusting, the stork gladly accepted the invitation. She was very happy with the fox's invitation and didn't want to refuse this kind offer. "Thank you, dear fox," she said, her long beak curving into a smile. "I wouldn't miss it for the world." The stork was looking forward to dinner. Hiding a mischievous grin, the fox ran to his den to prepare for dinner. He had a cunning plan in mind and couldn't wait to put it into action. But instead of preparing a feast fit for a friend, he cooked a simple soup. The soup would be served in a wide, shallow dish, making it impossible for the stork to eat with her long beak. But the sly fox had a trick up his sleeve, a trick that would put the stork in a difficult situation. The fox wondered how the stork would react, and this thought amused him greatly. As the sun began to set, the stork arrived at the fox's den, her heart full of anticipation for a grand dinner. The smell of soup filled the air, making her stomach rumble. With a flourish, the fox presented the stork with a dish of soup, but it wasn't a deep bowl like the one he served himself. Instead, it was a shallow plate with barely enough soup to cover the bottom. The stork, with her long beak, couldn't get a single drop of soup. She tried tilting the plate, but the soup just splashed onto the table. The fox, pretending nothing was wrong, ate his soup with great gusto. Although disappointed and hungry, the stork kept her composure. She knew the fox had played a mean trick on her, but instead of getting angry, she just smiled and said, "Thank you for dinner, dear fox. It was different." The stork understood the fox's cunning and decided to return the favor. A few days later, the stork decided to return kindness with kindness and invited the fox to dinner. "Dear fox," she chirped, "I'm hosting a small dinner party tomorrow evening. I'd be delighted if you could attend." Remembering the grand dinner he had given, the fox readily accepted the invitation. "I wouldn't miss it for the world, dear stork," he said, licking his lips in anticipation of a delicious meal. He had no idea what the stork had prepared for him. When the stork invited the fox to her home, the fox arrived with great excitement. The stork had prepared a special meal for the fox, and the fox was very pleased with the stork's hospitality. However, the meal the stork had prepared was not what the fox expected. The stork had put the food in a tall, narrow vase, so the fox couldn't eat it. The aroma was wonderful, but the fox couldn't reach the food. He tried to stick his snout into the vase, but it was no use. The neck was too narrow. He tried to tip the vase over, but the food wouldn't budge. The fox understood the stork's cleverness and realized she had taught him a lesson. Distressed with hunger and disappointment, the fox could only watch as the stork gracefully ate her meal from the same vase, easily reaching the bottom with her long beak. With each bite the stork took, the fox's stomach rumbled louder. Finally, understanding that the stork had outsmarted him, the fox said shamefully, all right, you got me, stork. I understand." The stork, with a knowing smile, replied, "Dear fox, I think you learned a valuable lesson today." With his head bowed, the fox apologized to the stork for his mean trick. He understood that it wasn't right to treat his friends badly and that what goes around comes around. From that day on, the fox treated the stork with respect and kindness. He understood the lesson the stork had taught him and decided never to play a mean trick on anyone again. The stork and the fox became better friends after this incident and learned to respect each other. This story is a beautiful example that highlights the importance of friendship and mutual respect. The stork and the fox understood the value of being honest and fair to each other. They learned that true friendship is built on trust, empathy, and treating others the way you want to be treated. Treat everyone with kindness and respect, just like you want to be treated. Alright, little ones, don't forget to like our story and subscribe to my channel for support. Goodbye and stay with love.